Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
All right, so today we're tackling the world of semiconductors, which, let's be real, is a pretty hot topic these days. We've got a recent Semi Insider News episode and news post to dig into, and let me tell you, there's a lot to unpack. We're talking government funding, international moves, even AI getting in on the action.
It's a fascinating time to be following this industry, that's for sure.
No kidding. So to kick things off, let's talk about something that caught my eye. Upstate New York's semiconductor industry is getting a nice little boost, like $10.9 million worth of boost.
Yeah, that's a big deal. And it's not just about the money, right? It's about how that money is being used. This isn't just about luring in a big company with deep pockets.
Right, it's about building something that will last.
Exactly. This program, SGAP, it's all about cultivating a whole ecosystem. See, Senator Schumer, he's been pretty vocal about this. The U.S., we've kind of lagged behind in this area. If you look at a place like Taiwan, their industry is incredibly integrated from top to bottom.
We've been more about going big or going home, right?
Yeah, and that leaves out all those smaller players, the specialized suppliers, the legal experts who know the ins and outs of the tech world, the incubators that help new ideas get off the ground. SGAP is trying to change that.
Build from the ground up.
Precisely.
And we're already seeing some big names setting up shop in upstate New York, right? Micron, Global Foundries, Wolfspeed. Those aren't small players.
Absolutely not. This could be a real turning point for the U.S. and the global chip race, no doubt.
But, and this is where things get really interesting, this race isn't limited to one country or even one continent. NTS, which is based in the Netherlands, they're making a big move to Singapore with a brand new facility.
And it's not just any facility, is it? NTS, they're all about what they call ultra-precision manufacturing. We're talking laser welding, final assembly, the whole 9 yards, all under one roof.
They're not messing around.
Not at all. That vertical integration, where they control so many steps in the process, makes them incredibly efficient. Yeah. And cost-effective, which is massive in those competitive Asian markets.
Makes you realize just how important location and really controlling your supply chain is in this industry.
Oh, absolutely. NTS, choosing Singapore. It highlights a major trend we're seeing, diversification. Companies, they're not just looking at efficiency anymore. With all the geopolitical uncertainty, they want resilience. They want options.
Can't argue with that. And speaking of fierce competition, the battleground for AI chips, well, that's heating up too. South Korean companies are opting for Taiwan's TSMC over their own Samsung when it comes to AI chip production.
Yeah, that raised some eyebrows for sure. It really speaks volumes about TSMC's dominance, wouldn't you say? They're pulling in business, even from Samsung's home turf.
That's saying something.
And the technology they're using, it's pretty mind-blowing. Take Virios AI's Renegade chip, for example. 5mm process, 2.5D packaging. This thing is the real deal.
Okay, hold on. Gotta pause you there for a sec. 2.5D packaging. For those of us who don't speak fluent semiconductor, what does that even mean?
Right, sorry. It's easy to get caught up in the jargon, isn't it? Essentially, imagine building a high-rise chip instead of a flat one. 2.5D packaging allows for more transistors in a much smaller space, which is essential when you need the kind of power AI demands.
So packing more punch in a smaller package.
Exactly. Plus, the Renegade uses things like CoWoS, a way of connecting different parts of the chip, and HBM3 memory, which is insanely fast.
Yeah.
We're not just talking baby steps here. This is a huge leap forward.
It's amazing how fast AI technology is evolving. But it's not just about making these chips faster, is it? There's also the issue of making them sustainably.
You're right. Sustainability is becoming crucial.
And that's where the U.S. government's $100 million investment in AI-driven semiconductor material development comes in.
Absolutely. This initiative is about thinking beyond just making chips. It's about developing the materials of the future. Imagine AI designing eco-friendly semiconductor materials. This lines up perfectly with the goals of the GHS Act and really highlights the U.S. commitment to being a leader, not just in tech, but in sustainable manufacturing too.
It's a whole new dimension to the chip race, isn't it?
Definitely.
So we've covered a lot of ground here. Government funding, global competition, the rise of AI. It's safe to say this industry is constantly evolving.
It really is. And the thing is, these developments, they're all interconnected. The global chip shortage, the geopolitical tensions, the race for AI dominance, it's all shaping the future of the semiconductor industry. And as we become more and more reliant on this technology, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Whoever controls the chips.
Controls the future.
Exactly.
That's something to think about. All right, everyone, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
Until next